really pleased with how honest the players' effort was. They've been great in the preparation, really good attitude, great leadership by Owen, and full credit to the players and the assistant coaches for what a great job they did.
When your side goes down, sorry. Can I carry on? Yeah. Your side goes down after 80 seconds, like that. How pleased were you with the response, and how much did you see the work you put in around that kind of leadership over the last week play out?
Yeah, well, we thought, France had come out pretty strong at the start of the game. They've had a long period to prepare for it. And they're coming to Twickenham and they want to get off on the front foot. So whilst we didn't enjoy them scoring a try, we knew that could be part of the game equation. And the players responded really well. Just kept their cool. And I think, as I mentioned early in the week, when you're having a bit of a bad run, the hard thing for the team is to just keep their focus when something goes wrong in the game.
But Maro, that was kind of the response you'd hoped you'd see from him after maybe a difficult week again.
Yeah. Well, I think Maro and Owen particularly stood out today in terms of the way they led the team. Played at their best, and then contributed to show a lot of composure in terms of coping with difficult periods.
Thanks very much, Gail. Russ, you do not have a hand up, but you've missed me, so you may go next. Thank you, if you can hear okay.
Eddie, congratulations on the victory. Just tell me a little bit about the improvements in attack that we're clearly seeing, aren't we, in the French game and for large periods today, I felt, as well.
Yeah, well, we've always had the plan post the World Cup that we needed to create a game that'll take us to the next World Cup. We always felt we needed to develop our game, so we started that at the start of the Six Nations, and slowly we're getting a little bit better at getting the right balance in our game between passing, running and kicking, and today was probably another step forward. But again, we left a bit out there today.
You've beaten obviously a quality side as well with its best available players this time as well. What did you make of France, and how good is it to beat a team that's obviously going places?
Yeah, well, they're being described as the best team in the world, so that's they're a good team, they're a quality team, they've got quality players, they're well coached, and we said to our players before the game we're going to be racing them to the World Cup. They're a good team, they're developing, we're developing, and it's going to be a good race between the two of us, and we got a bit of a start on them today.
How close do you feel this ongoing work is getting when you work on error count, penalty count, which I appreciate is so tough against teams of this quality week in, week out?
I'm not sure of the question, mate.
Sorry, just in terms of progress, how do you feel all the hard work is going with penalty and error count issues that have obviously been a problem?
No, well, it's a good step forward today. We're still nowhere near our best, and that's the exciting thing. And the players feel that. We've got another week in the competition to put our best foot forward against Ireland. So we're looking forward to raising the stakes again against Ireland, mate.
And just finally, Anthony Watson, his 50th cap, man of the match, certainly by one of the sponsors' decisions. Good try. What did you make of Anthony today and this continued evolvement and improvement that you touched on a few weeks ago?
Yeah, well, I think the whole team's just really, really happy for him. We understand he's had a difficult injury run. He's come back, he works hard, he trains hard, always got a smile on his face. He's a good guy around the team. And for him to be awarded his 50th cap today and play such a good game's fantastic for him and his family. I'm sure his wife and his little baby at home are happy, and his mother and father are so pleased for him.
How were the emotions in those last few minutes, and how pleased are you that you showed the resilience to come out of it when it was so tight again?
Yeah, signs of a good team, mate, particularly when you've had a tough run. There's always those doubts going through your head as a team and as individuals, and we really controlled ourselves and played with a lot of focus about what we needed to do. The communication between the leaders and the team was excellent. Our finishers did a great job coming on the field, did a really good job. So pleased for Ellis Genge. He's had a tough week. His gaming console's broken. And so it's been a tough week for him. These young guys, if they haven't got their game console and good coffee, life's not too flash for them. So he's gone through about 17 different hairstyles. So he ended up with that one today, and I thought he was brilliant at the end of the game.
Just looking at the Irish next week, what's the kind of theme for that now that you've got the win in the one today?
Oh, we just want to put our best foot forward, mate. It's our last chance in the competition. We're so disappointed we can't defend our trophy. So we just want to make sure we finish the competition with a good feeling about where we're going as a team. We're part of our progression to be the best team is the next game against Ireland. So it's the most important game.
Thank you.
Thanks. Nick, we'll come to you, please.
Hi Eddie, just wondered what you thought of Max Mendes' performance today, and then obviously Elliot Daly coming off the bench. You touched on the fact that the replacements did well. So could you just give us what you thought? How Elliot went?
No, got a great 80 out of the two guys. Max playing his first starting game at fullback. Thought he ran with a lot of determination, was brave in the air, and will only get better after that game. And Elliot's didn't have a great training week because he had a slight muscular soreness. So he's hardly trained this week, but came on and showed, the reason he's played 50 caps. He played with great determination, a lot of composure at the back, and got us on the front foot on a number of occasions.
And just obviously, it's obviously always tempting, and fans always talk about, width and expansion and exciting rugby, but the difference today obviously came down to you guys holding a nerve at the death and maybe France not. Is that just an indicator of the fact that you can move the ball around all you want, but actually sometimes you just got to be the smarter team? And how much of a boost for you guys is the fact that you played smarter rugby today?
Well, rugby's always been about being smart. And sometimes the conditions are such that passing's the best way to move the ball forward. Sometimes the best way is to kicking, and sometimes it's a combination. And I thought in the second half we got our balance really well. We probably had it pretty good for most of the game. The only time we didn't get it right was the last 10 minutes of the first half, where I think we got a bit seduced by the looseness of the game, and we invited France to take the lead at half time. I was really pleased with our tactical discipline.
Thank you. Owen, how pleased are you with the response from your side out there this afternoon?
Very. I thought the attitude throughout the game was brilliant. I thought our belief in what we were doing when we got tested a good few times today was fantastic. And obviously, it's very pleasing to come out on top when there's a chance at the end of the game to win it, and we take it. So I think the work that the lads have been doing over the past however many weeks it is now has been brilliant, and allows us to believe at times like that in tough games like today.
When you go down after 80 seconds, what are you saying to your side? Because you talked about being tested and coming through those tests. That was the first big one, wasn't it? Yeah.
No, we've talked a lot about our belief in ourselves and what we're doing. And it got tested, like you say, especially early on. But we knew that there was a long way to go in that game. We had a few things to fix up that we felt we could have done better, and then we were straight on with it. It felt like the lads were engaged. It didn't feel like we were shocked by that at all. It felt like we were all into the next thing. So it didn't take much.
It looked very different, especially kind of in the second half, and your back's kind of clicked into gear. It must have felt really different being out there. That's the kind of England performance and the team that you want to be a part of, isn't it?
Yeah, no. Obviously, it is to come out on the right side of the result, especially. But it felt engaged in the last game. It's just obviously there was a few too many things that went against us that we could control as well, including our discipline, and obviously that was a big positive of today. And when we don't give as many penalties away like that, we get a lot more of the ball, and we get a lot more control over the game. And I thought we showed what we could do off the back of that.
Thanks, Gail. Julian, will come to you, please.
Hello, Owen.
Hello.
I just wondered, what's your message to the team at sort of 2016 down with only a few minutes left?
I don't know. Was there a particular when they'd scored a try or kicked points or what? I don't know when you're talking about. Sorry.
Sorry, I mean just in general terms,
Yeah.
16 down.
It's not.
Going into the final.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a get together and give a certain message. I think the best thing about that was how engaged it felt and how it felt like we were going to get a chance. It felt like we were not waiting for one, but we was going to make a chance happen. And I think the lads felt excited about what was in front of them in the game. And that's certainly how I felt.
And what pleased you most about today, from the team's point of view?
Our attitude and our belief throughout, but then our ability to execute when it mattered at the end.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Julian, and we'll finish up with Russ. Thank you.
Owen, congratulations on the win today.
Thank you.
What did you make, first of all, of Max Marlins, who obviously you know so well from his Saracens time, which you'll be back with? For a first big start in a big test, what did you think?
Yeah, no, I thought Max was good. He showed a few good touches. I thought he was fairly decisive there at the back, and that's what you want from your fullback. No, he played well.
And a word, if we can, on Barrow. We know the brilliance of Barrow. Tough penalty count in his last game. Not that anyone needed it, but it was great, wasn't it, to have him?
Yeah,
with that winning try.
Yeah, he's actually sat behind the camera, so I'll definitely give him a big raps. But no, he was how I'd expect him to be. He was at his best in a big game, which is no surprise for us.
Yeah, he's had his issues with his injuries and so on, hasn't he? And at times his form as the result. Big day on a big landmark.
Yeah, no, I'm chuffed for him in the sense that when these big occasions come around for individuals, they don't always seem to work out. So for the lads to perform like they did today, to give him a really special occasion and make it a good one for him was special. Obviously, him capping that off with a try and what he does very well. But in terms of him as an individual and obviously the things that he's had to overcome, an Achilles injury like he had, and how bad that was for a winger and someone who is as athletic as he is to come back and show the form that he's got at the minute is outstanding, and he's someone that we love having around this group.
Just finally from me, Owen, I know it wasn't necessarily win or bust today, but in terms of getting that win, moving on, how are England in terms of the overall plan? Where do you sense England are at with their improvements, and how much room there is still to clearly improve too?
We feel like we've spent some good time together during this Six Nations. We felt like we've grown throughout it. Obviously the results haven't gone our way and some performances haven't been good enough. But we feel like them performances that haven't been good enough has given us an opportunity to get better. And we're gonna work hard to see where we can take that now.